So in this video, I want to give a few reasons why I believe many investors are going to miss out on this bull market. Now, I understand that nothing is super obvious of a buy except for, in my opinion, the thing right in front of you. But besides that, yes, at this point, it's kind of hard to say what's a really obvious buy because there's really not many super obvious buys out there. So I can kind of understand that, but that is part of the reason why people are just not going to buy because everyone's just not going to buy anything because like, it's nothing's obvious. I'm just going to wait, and then there you go. You never buy in. But besides that, there's like three things I want to list here of why I believe many people are going to miss out on this bull market and miss out on the gains that we're probably going to see here in the next couple of years. The first reason being is emotions. A lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth with these sets and products, and they have just a stigma against some of these sets. Like some people just really dislike these sets with a passion for whatever reason. It's literally, one of them right in front of you. People just dislike it for, in my opinion, no apparent reason, which is going to interfere with your investing decisions. Second reason being is that people are being misled, which, you could say, hey, maybe I'm being misled by you. I mean, maybe, but there's definitely some people out there you guys know of which have, given information which some people have listened to. And if you look at, how they're doing comparatively, if they were to have maybe not listened, then, they probably would have been better off, right? And lastly, people just don't act on anything and they never get in, and they're worried. People are worried about getting judged, I guess, is that third thing. So let's talk about the first thing that I wanted to talk about here is that people just have this stigma against some of these sets and how they hate it. Oh, like this set, it's so overpriced. And the biggest, example, it's like everything always goes back to prismatic evolutions. Like I know it's kind of funny, right, that everything goes back to prismatic evolutions with me, but seriously, people have this weird distaste of prismatic evolutions. I will never understand it, but there are a lot of people that literally hate this set. And the craziest thing to me is that people go so far out to say this set sucks. Everything sucks about this set. It's terrible, but yet you see the prices and you see how it's performed even after all these reprints, and you can see that the majority of people, which is the market, does not agree with that. And just because of their personal reasons that, oh, I hate this, I'm not going to invest into it because I don't like it, they're not going to invest into it. Which I've always said, if you're trying to invest and actually make money, right? If you're actually trying to make money, I know it's evil, making money, who does that? If you're trying to invest and make money in this space, letting your personal beliefs in terms of, I just don't like the set, get in the way of what you actually do. Maybe you just like everything that's great, everything that's a really good set, possible. But there are people that like Shrouded Fable. There's probably people that like, Darkness Ablaze. There's probably people that like Vivid Voltage. Now, over time, does everything go up? Sure. So if you buy anything Pokemon related, like a booster box or an Elite Trainer box, you're going to do okay at the end of the day, yes. But it's going to really limit you to what you could potentially be seeing with your gains. And I feel like the biggest example really is Prismatic Evolutions, because I see it so much where people literally just hate the set. People say, I hate it. It sucks. You can't even pull anything. That's the reason why you should be investing into it. You can't pull anything. That's literally, it's like ironic because people literally will say, oh, I don't want to invest in it because you can't pull anything and stuff. It's like that's literally the reason why you should be investing into it. Like literally that being the reason. But there's just so many times I see people, I just don't like this set, so I'm not going to invest into it, which in my opinion is insane because I've opened hundreds of dollars of this set, and yes, I have pulled absolutely nothing. Yes, that's true. But that is why people are going to continue to open, and that's why there's that chase. So that is the first reason why I just feel like many people are going to miss out, is because they have a bad taste, especially like Prismatic. The release was absolutely crazy. Prismatic Evolution release, you guys don't remember, or you weren't here, which I feel like a lot of people should at least were here for the Prismatic Evolutions release. It was a disaster. There was so much drama. It was honestly kind of entertaining to see how many people went crazy for this stuff. And I just feel like that's why some people just have a bad taste as well. And I don't know, just people are super biased and have stigmas towards sets, which if you actually look on paper of what the set actually is, like prismatic, and actually look at the value and all those factors, it's a great investment. But people will just use their personal biases and they will not invest in it because they just have a strong opinion about it. So that's the first thing I want to say. It's just so many people don't like this set, and hey, I mean, the market speaks for itself. I mean, you guys can see what's going on with prismatic. It's already showing. But the next thing I wanted to talk about here is I wanted to talk about the information that is being spread by some people. Guys, I'm not going to name anyone specific, but there's plenty of channels out there that say these things. It's mostly the collectors or the people that's supposed to be wholesome. So many people have given this idea that somehow the Pokemon company is going to focus on one or two sets and forget about everything else and print every single product, 4 to 5 times, and everything's going to crash. If you were to just tell anybody that and just literally say what I just said, it sounds ridiculous, right? It literally sounds ridiculous because it absolutely is. We have seen previously some sets get reprinted heavily. I can agree with that. But the thing people don't understand is that these reprints, they don't happen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. These massive reprints, usually it's just a few of them. 1, 2, or 3. Sometimes it's not that big of a reprint. People have this wrong idea just generally about reprints. And to me, the most confusing part was when Prismatic Evolution's Elite Trainer boxes were being absolutely printed heavily, that people didn't want to buy them. Like, do you really think it's going to continue at this rate? I kept saying that, but truly, do you think after these 3 drops, 2 Costco drops, Sam's Club drop, and I guess also LGS has got a restock of ETBs, like in like the beginning when we were first getting reprints of Prismatic? Like, did you realistically think, or do you still realistically think they're going to print ETBs in a large scale? Like, yeah, I'm not saying they're never going to reprint them. Don't get that, part wrong. But do you think realistically they're going to reprint in a large enough scale where if back then you were buying at $80 to $90, that would have been a bad buy? Like, realistically, let's be honest here, that sounds crazy. And now just a few months later, literally a few months later, it's gone from $95 at their lows to now what, $140? Guys, that's literally, think about the time frame of that. That happened all in like 2 months. Maybe even a month. When was the Costco drop that happened? Was it about a month ago? Like, if you really think about that time frame of how much it went up, like that's more than 50%. So, like, just people that are listening to others online that give this information, it sounds so unrealistic, some of the information people give, but the reason why people fall for it is because it is sort of coping with the situation. That you want to listen to somebody telling you that things are going to get cheaper, or, oh, you should keep waiting for MSRP. Like, it sounds good, right? I wish things could, trust me, I wish things could go below MSRP. Trust me, I would buy, obviously if I'm paying, anywhere from 90 or 80 to $100, I could buy double the amount I have now. I'd be so happy if I could do that. But the thing is, I know the realistic, outcome of this whole thing. And I'm like, MSRP, why even use that as a fixed price point to invest into when I know there's a 99.99% chance it's not going to happen? Why would I listen to people giving that advice to wait for that price point? It's not even significant because it's probably not going to happen. So that is the second thing I wanted to talk about, where I just feel like people listen to the wrong people. Like, a lot of investors listen to the collector side. I guess that's the big thing. A lot of investors listened to the collector side. I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of the collectors don't know anything about the market. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I think that's not a super harsh thing to say. It's kind of, obvious in my opinion, because they, apparently don't care about value. So then you're going to think about it. Okay, I'm listening to somebody who literally doesn't care about value, and they also want everything to be cheap. You think about those things and you're like, what, should I be listening to this person for investing advice, or should I just be listening to them for entertainment and coping? I mean, it's up to you who you want to listen to at the end of the day. I'm not forcing you to not listen to those people. But if you're trying, like I said, to invest and be evil and make money in this space, I would say that side maybe sort of, shy away from it if you're trying to listen to investing advice, because they have obviously their own opinions which align with collecting, which in my opinion is not really probably that great for investing advice. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here, the last thing, um, what was it? I was talking about kind of what was I saying? Like, don't like just ignore everybody, or was that something I was saying, or what was my third reason? It was like, or whatever it was. My third reason I'm coming up with now because I forget exactly what I said. Just don't, you know, listen to people that judge you. That's the biggest thing I guess I'm gonna say here. The last thing, people. I think what did I say? I was too afraid. Don't be afraid or something. I'm telling you, I've been doing this YouTube thing for about like 2 years at this point. I think it's been like exactly 2 years at this point. Um, People, there's nice people, there's not so nice people in the space, but literally all of the criticism I've ever gotten, if I were to have listened to those people, you know how much worse I would be doing right now? Like, seriously, I would be doing so much worse. There are so many people that have told me throughout the entirety of the channel, but more so recently, that you are making the wrong decision. You're an idiot. You shouldn't be buying this. And they will say and state these, I guess, opinions without any real facts. Because when I do my own research, right, and when I actually think about all this stuff, like, okay, if I'm going to spend thousands of dollars, like, I should be thinking about this, and I think about, okay, is there a possibility that maybe they are correct? And I look into their claims and their reasons, and I look at the actual facts, it doesn't add up, right? So that's why I'm so okay with getting the, I guess, backlash or whatever of my decisions of whatever I buy or sell or whatever, because I know that I've done, I guess, my, you know, research, my thinking of why I believe, this set or this product is going to perform extremely well. And that's all I need to do. Yes, is it great to hear others' opinions just to think about the other side? Sure, that's what I've done. But there are so many people that literally won't do any research or any thinking themselves and blindly follow people that they just will never buy in sometimes, right? And I really see that happening with Prismatic Evolution specifically, because you guys know my channel, when I was buying during the whole big reprints, I got a lot of criticism. I mean, some people were obviously, on my same page. I mean, now it obviously shows that, yeah, probably it was not a bad decision to buy at 80 to 90 to $100. But it's showing more now. But when I was actively buying, when things were being reprinted, people were criticizing me. There was a pretty large group of people criticizing me. Now, those people that criticize me, they're still going to say it's going to get printed into the ground, that ETBs are going to go to MSRP. They're going to keep saying that, obviously, right? Because that's literally the whole thing now, is to say everything's going to MSRP. Just wait, right? But imagine if I listened to those people. Let's say I didn't have this YouTube channel. I hadn't been investing for at least like some years that I've been doing, right? 4 years or whatever. And I listened blindly to these people saying, don't buy because it's going to go to MSRP. And I didn't do my own research or anything. And I was too scared to buy because all these people would maybe judge me for it. Imagine what would have happened. It's crazy to me how many people, I just think about it. There's so many channels out there where people truly believe these, channels, that things are going to go to MSRP, that, they're, I guess just so many people are being misled. And it's just so astonishing to me that people just can't make their own decisions themselves. And people will literally just blindly follow some people. And it's the craziest thing to me. And the biggest example of that is just Prismatic Evolutions. That's why I have this screen up. Is because it seems like all the things that I talk about, where people are going to miss out on opportunity, where people are too scared to buy because of all these things being said online. People are scared of being judged. Just people, I don't know. It just all goes back to like Prismatic Evolutions. It's like the pinnacle of all the stuff right now going on in the market, people's behaviors, emotions, all of these things, it always goes back to prismatic evolutions being the reason why, you know, things are the way they are. I mean, I feel like this is literally the perfect example of why people are going to miss out is prismatic evolutions. Because when you really look at this set, it's so obvious. It's literally so obvious. It's like not even a debate that it's going to do extremely well in the future. It's like not even a debate. But people, just because the bad taste in their mouth, the stigma, the, people online saying the set sucks, saying that it's going to go to MSRP, it's going to get printed in the ground even more. It's like, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's just, I guess I'm in a different mindset. Maybe I am delusional about the whole thing with Prismatic, but you look at really this set, and it's like you don't even have to ask anybody, is this a good investment? Should I even buy now? And the most astonishing thing to me was when this was, you could have bought for $80 to $90 in person. People were literally debating that. That's when I was like, okay, we're on a different page here. Because for me, anytime I saw anything $80 to $90 in a larger quantity, I bought every single listing. And I'm not even joking. Any listing I saw for $80 to $90 for prismatic ETBs, I bought everything. So, I just wanted to make this video. It's a little bit of a ramble, I guess. But so many people are going to miss out. And I understand now there's not huge, crazy opportunities, but I still think even some other sets, prismatic aside, I still think some sets out there are still completely investable. I think one of them is Surging Sparks. I think Surging Sparks, it's about a year old now. It came out, November 8th or something? It's about a year old. Surging Sparks, it's like $300. I honestly don't think that's a bad buy at all. In fact, I think it's actually pretty good considering it's already had a reprint. It's about a year old, and we're, having issues with newer sets. I don't think Surging Sparks likely will have a huge booster box reprint. So I don't think Surging Sparks is even that bad. Twilight Masquerade's already had a reprint. I don't think that's a bad buy. There are many opportunities out there. It's not just Prismatic. In my opinion, it's the most obvious one. But there's still opportunity. So just so many people are going to miss out because of the stigmas, because of the internet, the people saying don't buy anything. And just people are too afraid to take, or just to do their own research and take a little bit of a chance or do anything. And they'll just, listen to some people online and then do nothing. And then we pass a few years later, everything's out of print, and then you missed out. I truly just feel like that's how it is. And I really think, and I may be lucky for this, I'm telling you, but I'm so happy I missed out earlier on because I truly feel like Prismatic Evolutions is a generational investment. And people will call me delusional, and like I said, maybe I am. But I am so happy I missed out early on and missed out some other things so that I don't mess up this time. Because people are literally it's going to be the same thing where people miss out on this and then in the future they'll learn. But hey, that's just life, I guess. Because for me, I've told you guys, I missed out on Evolving Skies. I bought some, I listened to people on what to do, and I made the decision to sell, and I don't have anything anymore. So it's a learning lesson, and I feel like sometimes really experience is the best teacher. And I guess some people are going to figure that out, but I'm glad I already did. So that's all I want to talk about this video. Just a little bit of a ramble, but hey, I like these talks where I just can talk about anything. It's not as structured where I have a specific thing I want to talk about. And hopefully you guys do enjoy this format. It's more like I guess like a podcast type of thing, because I'm overdoing the phone thing with all the audio issues you guys talk about. My microphone here is pretty good, and I know a lot of you guys probably listen to this in the background because there's literally nothing to look at. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope you guys are not missing out. Let me know. Have you guys been buying in this market? Have you guys missed out? Have you maybe learned your lesson already? Let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.